Hi folks, I've written a conceptual MyOpen math question that I want you to consider. It's a modification of a question we've already seen. The first question we've already asked a couple times in this class, and that is, determine whether the partial derivative of the function f, which is this surface that we see here, with respect to the variable y at the point 4, 1 is, and then we have to decide the sign on that. So if we go to the ordered pair 4, 1, we are going to, when we take the partial derivative of f with respect to y, we fix the x-coordinate at 4. We don't allow x to vary, but we allow y to vary. And if we do so, this is the graph, or this is the curve that we're going to consider as a trace in our original surface. So the question asks, as we step, because we're taking partial f, partial y, as we step in the positive y direction, what are the z values on this function doing? So we go to this point on the curve, and it would correspond to some domain value down here in the xy plane. And as we move in the positive y direction in the xy plane, what are the z values doing? And in this case, I think they are decreasing, which tells us partial f, partial y at that particular point is negative. And we can check that. This next question is a directional derivative question, and here you'll have to just remember what direction these particular vectors are pointing in. Here again we've got the point 4, 1, and we are asking the question, as we move in this unit vector direction, what are the z values on this function doing? So notice we've got that the x component is positive and the y component is negative. So we're going to go to this point, and if we step in the positive x by going forward the square root of 2 over 2, and we step in the negative y direction, going backwards the square root of 2 over 2, we'll notice that we end up at this point right here, which is one of our contour lines, telling us that if we were to step in this direction, so go to the xy plane, go to that point in the xy plane, step in that direction here, if we were to do that, the z values would remain constant, and so that is 0. The last question asks whether or not this statement is true. Well, this is the directional derivative. It says go to a particular point and step in the 0, 1 direction. So let's just, for fun, let's just pick maybe this point right here. It corresponds to a point in the domain right here, 4, 3. If we were to step in the 0, 1 direction, which way are we heading? Well, 0 means my x-coordinate doesn't change. 1 means my y-coordinate changes. And as I move in the y direction, we're asking whether or not this gives me the same thing as partial f, partial x. So I'll let you think about that, but that is actually false. So folks, there's a quick video. When you try this, hopefully you'll have a different variation of this question. If you get the same, if you get lucky, that's great. But if not, I just wanted to show you how to do this question, and I'll include this video in the help button. Thanks, folks.